My name is Anandhraj. I'm basically an automobile engineer. I have around 15 plus years of experience. I used to work for Daimler India Commercial Vehicle Limited in Chennai. So currently, we have relocated to US. Okay, currently, I am in Michigan, Ann Arbor. I am looking for opportunities. In fact, I have aligned some of the interviews here, and hopefully, I will be joining in a company in March. So things are in line. This is brief introduction about me. And I started this journey or trying to get the PMP certification 2017 exactly, I think, yeah. And I got Infocareer reference from my brother. He also took PMP from Infocareer, and he got in 2018 itself, he got his certification. So I started that, and the initial hesitation of all the PMP takers. Okay, they start with the full enthusiastic, and when they see the PM Bok and Rita Mulkai, they will lose the steam. Same thing happened to me, and you. On the training itself, you told me that this happens. So it happened to me. So I lost the interest. The reason is it was too difficult for me to memorize the terms and process and terminology. So in fact, I am not the person who can memorize things. So I always want to understand the things and write it in my own way. So in PMP, the terminologies and the process is more important at that point of time. So I lost the interest. And again, I was trying to restart once again whenever I think, okay, I should do it. Then same thing again and again coming and stopping me. But the opportunity opened at the PMP 6. Okay, so where the PMP rightly moved from memorizing memorizing the process to understanding the process, and that is what again rekindled the interest of PMP again in me. And of course, I used to follow the Infocareer websites and Infocareer WhatsApp group. So I know what is happening around it, and I used to attend all the the boot camp or the programs or the short meetings you give. I used to attend and I used to follow this because the PMB always in me. I want to get it done. So this has happened in, I think, 2020. Then that is, okay, this is the time we should get into it because, it is rightly moving from memorizing things to understanding things. And, as I took the training and following things in Infocareer, I already started to, behave like a project manager because, that is what it's important in the PMP rather than understanding. You should behave yourself as a project manager. The thinking, like agile way of thinking, it is a project management way of thinking. That is more important in PMP. And with all your inputs and the mastermind session, that is the one of the brilliant session Infocareer is having it, and it gives you the understanding about the scenarios and the explanation by the instructors, and particularly by you and by Karthikeyan and Natarajan. They are giving a good explanations about how you should think. And whenever we, I sometimes I used to score 50% and less, but it won't demotivate me because it is adjusting my way of thinking. So that is what happened in the mastermind session. That is an excellent session. And all your the IC leaf test. It was initially the beginner. It started to create the interest and slowly increasing the intensity through intermediate and advanced. It is based scenario based. That is good, and the time based thing is good. And this is critically maintaining the balancing interest versus the confidence level. Because when you make things more complicated, you lose interest. But that IC leaf test is designed, maybe intuitively designed in such a way that the interest and the complexity is slowly, increased and balanced better way, so that you don't lose your confidence. And the same way, similarly, you increase your you increase your knowledge on the PMP. That is what the IC Leaf did. And finally, the mark test. That is the best in IC Leaf. And I took the mark test, first test, and I was thinking, I scored 70 plus. I was thinking maybe by fluke, but it is not so. It is not so. When I took the second one, then I gained the confidence, and I talked to you. You gave me good inputs and feedback that helped me. And third and fourth, then I am prepared for the exam. So, and I'll tell you, sir, this mark test, the scenario, I won't say questions are similar, but scenarios are almost similar from the PMP. So that helped me a lot, sir. So that is how I'm able to get the PMP. And I just want to give you one feedback, sir. And you used to tell me, when you take or follow Infocareer, don't follow some other way of studying all those things. And I try to do that by something, because sometimes you get you get, okay, this may not be the right way. Then you try some other sources also. And I tried one or two books and the YouTube videos. But again, you tell the students, this ones are from my experience, they will distract you from your way of preparation. Just follow Infocareer, just to follow what you have been telling. That is enough for PMP. And when you try to follow multiple sources, it will derail you, distract you sometimes. Because I took one sample mark test available in the YouTube, and it lowered my confidence, because it is like, very tough, or it may be a different way of saying that, so that it teaches you that, or it tells you that you are not prepared properly. So if you want to prepare, follow my thing. Some kind of a deviating thing. We should not be doing it. And have confidence on Infocareer, have confident on the question banks and the way of teaching Infocareer. Sure, you will clear. That is what I just want to tell in this feedback session, sir.
Thanks, Anand. Thanks for that sharing. And definitely it will add a value for more people.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So tell us a little about exam. Okay, so how was the exam? What kind of questions you got it?
Yes, sir. I'll tell you. So first thing is, I suggest people to take exam in the test center based, not on the online based, because these exams are closely watched. And any disturbance or any noise or any disturbance in the video, it is a problem for the exam taker. So it is mostly you want to take it in the test center, not on the online from home or whatever. If there is no other way, please go forward, but ensure that everything is proper and go, because it is highly proctored. And even when I get into the exam center, they frisked, they personally not frisked, but they told me to frisk myself and show the packets. And it is similar to NEET, the checking. So you be prepared for that. So that is the first input. And the second is the PMP. And again, since I took in US here, the getting the test center is not easy, because this test centers, they are taking more, and some other test also. Not only, it is not specific to PMP, so they're taking other tests also. So getting a slot for exam is not easy. I waited for almost 25 days to take the exam. So prepare yourself before you take or book the schedule, because it is costly to reschedule all those things. So that is one thing on the scheduling part. And another thing is the exams are very good. The reason is mock test. I took the mock test seriously, and I consider the mock test as a same like examination, so that it won't be distracted, no passing in between. So do it. And I got your instructions, like taking food and taking intervals and what time you should take. Follow that, and don't deviate from that instructions. And because I try to take some of the exam, not on the mock test, some test at the night time or in between, like that, but it is not working well. It is nothing to do with your knowledge. It is the mindset, because the PMP test your the project manager mindset, not on your knowledge or all those things. So the mindset is more important. So it is better to follow your instructions when you take mock test. And similar way, same timings I took that exam also. Morning 8 o'clock I scheduled the exam, because so no other external disturbance will be there. Similarly, so and when I approached that the exam, it is similar to my mock test, very similar to my mock test, and scenarios are almost similar. Maybe some changes on the numbers, all those things. Scenarios are almost similar. So I didn't feel any difference between mock test and the exam. That was the good part in the exam. And the questions are mostly scenario, as I told, and I got 2 questions on the earned value management, calculation based questions, but I have, a calculator was not needed in it. It is mostly like a comparison question, so you can easily do it yourself. If required, there is a calculator attached in the PMP, so you can use it. And I didn't scribble anything on the scribbling pad, because it is all thinking, no need to write or something like that. So it is good. And the questions, it was more than 50% of questions either agile or hybrid management. So they are always giving priority to agile. It looks like all the industry are wanted to move or at least adopt some agile way of working. So that has been rightly tested in the PMP. That is the best thing. So I request students to have this agile mindset. That is more important, because there is a slight difference between hybrid and agile. We must understand, because sometimes when we learn agile, we always think about purely agile, like no plan. Okay, we will not follow any plan, or we will not have any baseline, something like that. We will always think. But hybrid is not like that. And even they are testing the tailoring approach. They are not, when PMP want to validate your agile mindset, it is not excluding completely the predictive approach, because they appreciate and they accept that the predictive also important. So it is a proper mix of predictive and agile. So it is not agile is different and predictive is different. It is not the way they want to test. So it is a proper mix they want to test, and that mindset we should have it. Because sometimes we always think, right, when agile question comes, if there is a plan, we say that question is wrong, because it is talking about the plan. But it is not like that. The plan also important, baselines also important, because basically they want to test the tailoring approach, or how you want to process the scenario. And no organization is want to go without a plan, even though they want to go to agile. Because now we always say that, okay, in agile, fix the cost and the time, and change the scope. That is also not possible, because always they will have the scope in mind. They also have the vision how the product or service should look like. Just because you are running out of time and cost, they don't want to stop it. So this is also closely followed. And agile always promote empowerment and team, all those things. But it doesn't mean that directive way of leadership, it is not required. That is also required. I got one good question, and I hope I am right in that question. So it was giving me, it was telling me that one particular scenario, how will you manage that, particularly in the conflict management? Okay, so there is a conflict between 2 people. Okay, it has not been resolved by any of the conflict methodology. So how it is managed? So like empowerment, all those things also is there. But sometimes you have to take a stand that, okay, take directive approach. Okay, please do this. Okay, take a voting and close this up. Don't, okay, leave it to the team. You decide yourself. It is agile way of thinking, but still, in some scenarios that may not work. That kind of a things also they test. I think I am right in that answer, but I am just telling you about the way of testing. And one more thing I just want to include is multiple choices. Multiple choices is as in not like 2, 3, but it is like a matching. A, B, okay, left and right, match the scenario. Like there are 3 scenarios given in left hand side and 3 approaches are given in right hand side, like agile, predictive, hybrid, and 3 scenarios are given left hand side. Match the scenarios. That is one new thing I got it in the testing, and so that is also we should be ready. Maybe it may take a little bit more time, like 1 or 2 minutes extra, but I got 2 questions in that way, so that is a good thing. This is the basic feedback from the testing, sir, and the feedback is go through the markup test and review your result and have the PMP way of thinking. I mean, project manager way of thinking. You may be a cost or you may be working on a production, but you should have the project management way of thinking. If you have it, and that you can clear the PMP. And if you follow Infocareer, I'm sure you will have it.
Thank you, Anand. Thank you for sharing that. And you've done a fantastic job, okay, on telling about this exam related one. Definitely will add more value for people. And the last question to you, okay.
Yes, sir.
So the last 2 months, whatever preparation you have done, okay, your way of working, the way of thinking, lot of things, it has been reflected in your day-to-day project management. How did this course help you in the latest version? You saw last version also, now you saw this version also.
Yes.
So how do you relate this to?
It's actually it's a good point you asked this, sir. It is actually, whatever you learn, we are, I don't know about others, but as Indians, we don't differentiate our career, our home, and our knowledge, everything differently. We always try to match things or try to implement knowledge from wherever we learn from one area to other area, we like to implement. Same thing happened in PMP. What it exactly tells you that is there is no yes or no kind of a thing. Okay, there is always a scenario based, okay, situation based. One situation it may be right, but another situation it may not be right. That is a good input when you learn this project management thing or the project management way of understanding. And conflict resolution, that is the best thing I learned it. Whenever we think conflict, we always go with assertive or sometimes aggressive way of thinking. Okay, do this, okay, don't disturb or don't do this, like that. But it is not so. It is not so. It is like, listening, okay, and how to do it, or how to manage the situation. That is more important. And one more important thing, sir, I wanted to tell you. The PMP questions, always when you read the question, then you will jump into answer, always. But it is not right. You have to read once or twice, and you have to understand the keywords, like, least, okay, what not to do, or what first thing you do. Okay, what you do is different, or what first thing you do is different. So it allows you to think, or it makes you to understand the it makes you to understand the exact scenario at that point of time. That is more important. So I learned this one from PMP preparation only. We always like to, we always whenever we get a question, we always want to reply, not respond. But the PMP preparation makes you to respond, not to reply. So that is where. And active listening, like maybe it is reading, but it is similar to active listening. You want to understand what they want to what they are telling exactly. Okay, that is that tacit information what is given in the question, you want to understand. These are the preparation thing. It is sure going to help you in your personal and professional way. Even though if you are not working in a project management area, it is going to help you. So that is the feedback about the preparation. But it is a good move from PMP, moving from assessing the terminology to the assessing your mindset. That is what motivated me to take the PMP again, and this one, and this hackathon series. The hackathon series is again motivated me that the 45 days, it is what the igniting thing. So I appreciate Infocareer to go in the hackathon way. And again, Infocareer, I sometimes I used to think, whenever you used to tell me that don't read any books, okay, other books than given by the PMP. I was thinking, oh, is it overconfident statement? But no, it is making you or it is not it will not allow you to distract, okay, because there are a lot of books. You just go into Kindle Unlimited, or wherever you go, you will have n number of books, PMP books, and in net a lot of books are there. But everyone, I will not say others are wrong, but the preparation way is different. So I request, or I suggest these students to follow the Infocareer way and believe in it and have the agile mindset, and you are going to clear for sure.
Thanks, Anand. Thanks for endorsing the hackathon. So it gives us confidence that we are in the right direction on a
Sure, sir.
hackathon,
Sure,
because
sir.
so much of things work we are done. So the results is you people, okay? So
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sure.
thank you for
Because because I have a skeptical mind of always PMP, before taking the exam, okay, whatever we prepared, is it right or wrong? We don't know how to do it. So our the assessing point is taking the exam. So when I took the exam, then came to know that this is the best way, or this is the right way to take the exam. And I appreciate Infocareer is in right way and continue to be in right way. That is a very good thing, sir. And I also, one more thing, I request to students to listen to or talk to some PMPs already who have cleared it. Okay, just cleared it 1 or 2 months or something like that. That is giving me a confidence. I talked to the recent the PMP certified person called Subhash. Maybe you might have talked to him. So I contacted him through WhatsApp, and I took some inputs from him. Okay, so how was the exam and all those things. And he again told me, do the mock test, and if you mock test you clear in a good way, and you are going to clear it. Don't do any things. So it is. I request you, for students have some skeptical thinking, talk to the PMPs who have cleared earlier through Infocareer. So they are going to give you the confidence. Yeah.
Thank you, Anand. Thank you for joining this call and sharing your experience. And please convey our wishes to your family members who would have been stood fast for you.
Yes.
The entire journey. And so please convey our regards to them. And on the behalf of entire Infocareer, so Natarajan, myself, and other trainers, Leela, and my boss Chandrasekharan, we wish you once again for your career success. Please be in communication. Our people would have been moved to a new group of a community. Stay there, and you can also contribute. Stay as a forum. We just want you to be stay in that forum, okay? So that
sure.
we can continuously add a value for you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Anand. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for all your support. And without your mentoring or without your words, it may not be possible. And the last audio you sent me, that was also giving me good confidence, and it's a good one, sir. A good one. Please continue to do that.
Sure. That audio I listened myself. I wrote one exam last week, 4 weeks before, and I was that tension for writing exam. Okay? My own audio I listened myself, and I got boosted.
It was a good idea, and it was giving me a good confidence just before the exam. So it was a good idea, sir. Thank you.